we hear a lot these days about people should connect with nature, and I think it's a lovely idea, but it's too vague to be of any use to anyone. So I think Maslow is a very useful stepping stone. If we think of his hierarchy of needs, we don't get the luxury of kind of sitting on a log wondering about our dealing with our very modern existential angst if we're about to freeze to death or starve to death. So through that, what we can do is think of, instead of thinking, how do I connect, for example, with a tree, which might not lead anywhere. My background obviously is navigation. So how do I find my way using a tree? You look at a tree entirely differently, but through Maslow, you can actually think, how could I keep warm with the help of a tree? Am I going to burn it, or am I going to build a shelter? So those sorts of questions, I think, tap into something very fundamental. So instead of sort of standing there scratching our head going, I'm not really feeling connected, it never works walking into nature thinking I've got a box to tick, which is connecting with nature. What really does work is walking out there thinking, how is this organism, or how is this tree, or how is this cloud going to help me do something very fundamental?
So your books really, they come across as guidebooks, but they're actually an expression of a sort of fairly coherent, personal philosophy for you.
Yes, yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that, because on one level it does seem rudimentary or almost too basic to be relevant to modern life, and on another level, but I don't aim to be philosophical, because I think that would backfire. I start with a practical approach, because that's what I find rewarding and interesting, but it does lead to elevated emotions and observations.